Okay, we're clear for a full run-through. All systems checked. This one's for real, guys, so watch out. And action!
And cut! Folks, say hello to our picture card, Carnage and Karma. Take a bow, guys. You deserve it. You got any other moves you want to show us while we have all these cameras? Now with motion control technology, cards like Carnage and Karma can rehearse all day, take very precise direction, and mimic these movements over and over again. And best of all, there's no human error aspect of it. Unless you program the computers wrong, and then I guess that's still a human error aspect. We're going to take it from the main streets of Tokyo to an island just off the coast of Costa Rica.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We are coming up on set pieces and picture cards from the Jurassic Park series. If you look up at your screens, you're going to see our mobile lab unit. That's going to be coming up on your left-hand side. You might recall that was teetering over what appeared to be a cliff in the Lost World Jurassic Park. But I'm here to tell you it wasn't a cliff. It was actually a parking structure here in Herschel. Take a look at the scene I'm talking about. Now, weather played a very important factor in the Jurassic Park series. It was raining for about 70% of the films. But the thing is, here in sunny Southern California, we don't get much weather. It's a good thing unless, of course, you need rain. But even if it were to rain, what if it stops raining in the middle of it? Well, the good thing is we have one line of defense, and that's Mr. Al Roker from Today's Show. Let's find out the forecast.
Hi, everybody. Here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and cloudy in Little Europe. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street, and we've got a high chance of fog and precipitation for Skull Island, Amity Island, and Isla Nublar. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck.
Al Roker's always right. What do we got, Al? We have a flash flood warning. That's weird. It's also thundering, and there's no clouds or anything. Looks like it's... Alright, here's our second line of defense. We can create our own rain. We shoot it up out of a sprinkler system, up into the air, let it fall naturally down to the ground. The thunder you hear? Sound effect. The lightning is a combination of strobe lights and the fact that you're all taking pictures at the same time. That helps. What's great about this is we can turn the rain on, off whenever we want, so it'll never stop raining when we're shooting. Wait, you don't think we can do a flash flood either? Guys, come on, Hollywood. You want a flash flood? Here it comes. Watch out, that card. What you see is the result of thousands of gallons of water being released from tanks to the top of the hill. It flows down underneath that bridge where we collect it and send it back up. Ever wonder where that water you're drinking comes from? I'm just kidding, that's not what we do. But it might look familiar to you, and that's because it was in a movie called Big Fat Liar.
Oh, I'm going to watch that.
Not should.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that. Hang on, buddy, folks!
Big Fat Liar.
Now, right around the corner from Old Mexico is the Old West. Specifically, this is the oldest street here at Universal called Denver Street. Some of the biggest Western stars have moseyed down the street, but they might not have been as tall as you think they were. That's because this street is built at a 7/8 scale to make the actors look bigger. Oftentimes, the women who would act opposite these men were taller than them, so what do? Dug a trench, had the women walk in the trench next to the men, thus making the men look taller and the women shorter. Not the only illusion on this street, though. The brick that you see on these buildings on your left-hand side is foam rubber, very padded so we can throw the actors into it. They wouldn't get hurt nearly as bad. When they threw each other through glass, they were using a breakaway glass called candy glass. Breaks into small pieces, not nearly as sharp. And look at all this furniture. Might as well hit people with it, I guess. That was their theory. But when they were hitting people with the furniture, they were using a light balsa wood that would break the second it hit the other actor. But even if they didn't have all these illusions on Denver Street, they were going to fight anyway. They're Western stars. That's what they do.
Well, maybe you're just going to stir things up here. But I am.
How dare you hit that man?
Mine hit the ground first. Mine was taller.
And we've been lucky enough to have some of the biggest names in Westerns grace the Universal lot. Not only did they use these Western sets that we have outside, the Westerns also shot in our sound stages on our front lot. We haven't shown you what the inside of one looks like in person. You guys want to head in? Soundstage number 50 here in our back lot. Recently seen an episode of Fox's Bones.
Look, they're sweet.
Yeah, this is the water boy. Earthquake.
Oh, I talked to him, so the guy died in his arms.
This is the FBI?
FBI, yeah. We hear about the human remains.
That's him. Right over there.
You alright?
Now this is modeled after a San Francisco subway system. One of the reasons why we built sets like this, it would be hard to shoot in the middle of the night. You'd have to bring in the casting crew, shoot from the hours of the subway being closed because you don't want to close it down to public transportation. But if we build it here, we can shoot whenever we want. Remember, if you close your eyes and you open them back up, you're going to believe you're in a subway. But there's nothing on the other side of these walls. They're just facades. We're inside of a building. Okay, little camera here. In Southern California, it's common, but fortunately for us, it's very deep inside of sound stages. Okay. So looks like we're having ourselves an earthquake, guys. Hang on. The roof collapsing on the left-hand side, and conveniently enough, there is a liquid gas project.
In there.
I know.
Look, the train! The train!
Train's coming.
Yes.
We're having an earthquake.
What's that noise? Over your left-hand side, there's a subway car. It has nowhere to go. Nope. Yeah, we all good? Good, we made it. I think a water main broke on the right. Earthquake, the big one, 8.3 on the Richter scale. Give yourself a hand. And now we wait for the real 8.3. I don't think it's going to be nearly as fun, unless, of course, you're on the Strand. Right, Thompson? Fantastic. What I didn't show you is how they use soundstage number 50 in Bones. goes to show you stuff that doesn't look very realistic up close can be ready for TV. They just use those special effects, take a lot of different time, little TLC. And you make anything look ready for TV. Looks very realistic, but what doesn't look realistic, really good example of those facades, and you're right. You can see right through the windows. But when we shoot here in the area called 6 Points, Texas, we're going to hang curtains up in the windows. You'll never know that there's no building on the other side of it. Now, the reason why they call it 6 Points, Texas is back in the silent film era, they would utilize 6 different streets here. Every street had its own bank, its own saloon, its own hotel. You couldn't hear the other people, so you could shoot 6 different movies at the same time. But once sound came along, you could only shoot one at a time. But that's fine. We'll just shoot one at a time.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks from this tramp don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal lot.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Fallon.
You'll see it looks a lot more authentic when we cover the street in dirt.
We'll get him a beautiful friend.
It's realistic, but we have to pick it up when we're done, otherwise it's going to create a lot of mud. And right through the Old West, we head back into Old Mexico. Only at this area they shot some scenes from Community, Shameless, House. Lady Gaga danced next to the fountain on your right-hand side, or Judas music video. Doesn't have to be Old Mexico, though. These archways on your left-hand side represented China in the movie Hop.
You're about to be crowned the Easter Bunny.
Look, Dad, I want to drum in a band. I want to see the walls.
Maybe the Easter Bunny sees every country in one night.
Oh, really, Dad? What about China?
Oh, it's candy one. Right, so we haven't cracked China yet.
Over and over and over again we reuse these sets. When they represented China, they put a little set extensions in those archways, made it look a little bit more like circles. Hang a bunch of the prop lighting that you would see there, and all of a sudden you've got yourself a completely different location. Now, one of the negatives that we experience about Southern California, possibility of earthquakes, but you know what? We have an amazing positive aspect of Southern California, and that's the beaches. We have amazing beaches. We have one here called Amity Island. I know what you're thinking. That's where Jaws is, guys. You have nothing to worry about. I'm what they call an overachiever. You look it up when you get home. It's when you go above and beyond. I caught that shark. He's hanging up on your right-hand side, smiling for you. And my good friend Greg out in the water making sure there are no more sharks. And, well, you know, I can't say he didn't let me down because he's pretty bad at what he does. Looks like we have one out there. All right, Greg, you're going to have to do something about this. I don't know how to deal with sharks. Just yell at them or something. There you go. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, well, if you're an overachiever, you got a plan B, and I have one of those. I set up a bunch of flammable gas tanks. I figured, you know, if that shark gets anywhere near us, he's going to explode into 1,000 pieces. And here's the catch. If you catch one of the thousands of pieces hurling at your face, you get to keep it. Taking the bait on the end of the barrel.
Oh, what? Oh, man, let me get one twice.
Okay, but
Oh, come on.
our plan's working, but I was expecting there to be shark pieces all over the place. Anyone see the shark? Anybody see the shark anywhere?
Oh, man.
Well, that shark was as big of a terror off screen as he was on screen. They used 4 mechanical sharks in the making of Jaws, but the thing is, they tested them out in fresh water on soundstage number 27 on our front lot. When they went to shoot the movie, they put him in salt water. That's not good. He immediately sank to the bottom of the ocean. Do you have a seat in the third car for me? Third car. Everyone look at the third car and tell her to sit down. Fantastic. That was fun. The shark was so unreliable, they nicknamed the production Flaws, which, by the way, sounds like a terrible joke. It is a true story. Here's Steven Spielberg tell you a little bit more about working with that shark?
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, I had to think of this.
We are obligated to use the structure of the building. We can't knock down walls. But sometimes it's good to just come out, do some interior shots, exterior shots, utilize the yard, not have to move location.
Jail.
But sometimes you need more than just one house. Sometimes you need more than two houses. Sometimes you need an entire neighborhood. Welcome to Wisteria Lane, home to ABC's Desperate Housewives. Let me show you around. I live here. I live in the dumpsters on the right, but I'm going to show you some more impressive things. They're comfortable dumpsters, though. On your left-hand side, there is a gold house. That is Gabrielle's house, and Gabrielle is played by Eva Longoria.
Time is it?
Two houses
Oh, it
down on
doesn't.
the
I can't
left-hand
speak yet. Hold
side.
on.
This pale yellow house belongs to Susan Meyer. That is a real bunny in the yard. We don't kick them out. The bunny is played by the bunny itself. Susan Myers is played by Terry Hatcher. Her next-door neighbor lives in the greenhouse on your left. It is Lynette Scavo, and Lynette Scavo is played by Emmy Award-winning Felicity Huffman, and yes, that is an Aston Martin in the driveway. Yes, that is Compton's Aston Martin. That's how he gets here. No neighborhood is complete without a cul-de-sac. We turn around, we got a lot more to show you, including the house here on the end. It's another one of those practical sets. It is pink. Used to be Edie's house, played by Nicolette Sheridan. More recently, Renee's house, played by Vanessa Williams. As we make our way around the corner, I encourage you all to look off to your right-hand side and then down at the ground. You're going to see a dirt path, and that just proves that I can make you do whatever I want. Okay. Now, no, I'm kidding. I'm showing you for a reason, and that's because that's where Terry Hatcher's running on your
If
screen.
there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
I know everyone's wondering, Ethan, what's your favorite house? Val, thank you so much for asking. My favorite house on your left-hand side, brick on the bottom, blue on top. That's Bree's house. And Bree is made by Marcia Cross. But before it was Wisteria Lane, this was called Colonial Street, and that is why her neighbor on the left lives in the house from the Leave It to Beaver movie. On your right-hand side, that is Bob and Lee's house in Desperate Housewives. I don't know if they know this, but they're living in 1313 Mockingbird Lane, home to the Munsters. And if you didn't get any of those references, it was also Nellyville. I think I've covered everything.
Next morning, Edie Britt decided to announce her return to Wisteria Lane.
Okay, you're not going to believe this, but she's back.
Edie, is that really you? You know someone else my age with a body like this? Well, what happened to your tenant? He came into some money and decided to move. We thought, what the heck? Let's move back. We? Oh, you don't know. I have a husband now. Really? Who's?
No burn. Now, Wisteria Lane is going to Whoville. The buildings that you see here are made of styrofoam and chicken wire. We used over 2 million linear feet of styrofoam to complete all of the sets for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. One of the biggest productions here at Universal, occupying 10 sound stages on our front lot. Now, those cars in front of the buildings are actually modified golf carts. You can drive them around if you want, not now because you're on the tour, but in theory you could. But the people of Whoville had a bigger problem than the fact that they were living in styrofoam houses and driving around golf carts, and that's because they locate themselves right next to the Bates Motel and House from Psycho. What is that guy doing? Why is that guy staying in this motel? Is he by himself?
We all know what
Stop here.
Well, again.
Oh. Looks like chivalry's not dead, bringing the wife out to the guard. Good for you, sir. Looks like a newlywed, maybe. I think she'd rather sit in the front seat than the trunk, but, you know, wait a minute, that's Norman Bates. Norman, we didn't see anything. I'll tell you what, if you sign some autographs for us, we will not say anything. I don't have a pen, though. Oh, he has a pen. Perfect. That's not a pen, that's a knife. You gotta go. Come on, come on. Compton, go. Drive. No. Back car, maybe? one weird neighborhood right behind the house from Psycho happens to be the crash site from War of the Worlds. We're going to be bringing the tram to a complete stop, which will allow you guys to stand up and stretch your legs and take some photos so that we have to remain seated until then. Here's that stop I was talking about. Feel free to stand up, stretch your legs, and take some amazing photos that doesn't have the backs of people's heads in them.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Stephen had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about the War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. That's right. I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Robbie, get in.
Get in. All right, let's see a show of hands. Raise your hand up in the air if you think that's a real plane. Okay. Well, Hollywood's all based on illusions. It just so happens that that is a real plane. That is a real plane. Let's have you sit down in the front. Sit down in the front. There you go. All right. Teamwork. That's a real plane cut into 4 pieces. We took the tops of it off so it can make it under the overpasses on the way here, except for that tail end. We brought that in with 2 helicopters. Now, the plane was no longer functioning, so we got a pretty good deal on it. $60,000. Not bad, right? Y'all gonna run home, try to buy a plane so the kids can play on the front yard? Hear me out. Cost over $100,000 to get it here. I just saw all your hearts sink. The kids will wait for the plane. But the good news is you don't always need a 747 going down the neighborhood. It's very unique to War of the World. Sometimes you just have to get out in the middle of nowhere, get a log cabin, head out to the great outdoors.
Get on that common outside. Or you don't go out Friday night.
That is the cabin from the great outdoors on your right-hand side, also seen in Deja Vu with Denzel Washington, as well as Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. This is another one of those practical sets. You can shoot inside and outside of it, but if you're inside looking outside, you're going to notice there's a very large blue screen off in the distance. That's one of the largest freestanding blue screens in the world, and that's how it works. This area is what we call Falls Lake. Right in front of that blue screen is a pit that you can fill with water. When you utilize CGI and depict an image onto the screen, we can take it to the middle of the ocean, middle of the sea, middle of the pond, middle of the river. CGI has become the staple of the industry, and Falls Lake is a very unique area that we have here, seen in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, feature film Wanderlust starring Jennifer Aniston, Paul Rudd, movie Battleship coming out May 18th starring Liam Neeson. But I gotta tell you something. We're also heading on the Tomb of Imhotep. Some weird stuff's been happening. Whoopi Goldberg was here. He shooting the movie. Went missing. Cast and crew went missing. So we're just gonna go around it. What are you doing, Compton? You're heading straight into it. Oh, there's scarab deals on the right-hand side. Can we back up? We can't. The trams don't back up? Alright, looks like we're heading straight in, guys. I'm hoping for the best, but it's all Compton's fault. C-O-M-M-D-C-O-N. Right. Oh, no. That sounds like a curse, and I don't appreciate cursing. On the Elizabeth Scarab Beetles, they eat flesh. Okay, let's, we gotta get someone to help us out. Preferably, Whoopi, perfect. Whoopi, you don't have scarab. Get over your left shoulder. Not down your shirt, your left shoulder.
This is not good.
What's not good? Oh, Whoopi. Well, you gonna leave us here? What are we supposed to do? them all over my face, though. I feel like most of them went to me. What do you mean faces to them? Whole face? My nose? All of it? Whoa. Didn't that look better when we had it in? No, I didn't. Congratulations, you survived the curse of the mummy tune. Give yourself a hand. That is also 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Beating on in the summer rain. She know how to shake that thing down. You make me wanna hide my head up and come on now.
We're gonna go next. Let's go to Simpsons first so that we can ride, okay? Then after that we're going to. Oh, what's
What if you guys come?
Mama's calling. Mama's calling.
What time is it?
Oh wait. Hello. Palalabas pa lang namin. Saan kaya? Oh, doon na tayo sa Simpsons lang. Simpsons. Punta na tayo sa Simpsons. Para makasakay na si Balulay. It's almost 1 hour tour. Yeah.
Can we get Doc Brown?
Casey. Casey.
Mom. Can you get the movie?
Hi everyone, bye-bye.
What? Huh?
Jurassic.
Jurassic Park?
Yeah, can you get that movie?
You haven't seen that yet?
Jurassic Park what? I saw it on tomorrow.
How many parts are there already? How many parts?
What? I don't know. There's a lot there. We already have I already saw the Lost World.
I'm not familiar with those titles yet.
What?
Let's look at the video store. I didn't know the titles of Jurassic. Let's go ride the Simpsons first. So Cindy got bored in the playground. Let's wait for Mama here.
Can we get Doc Brown?
It's too early. We just ate lunch. Let's ask Mommy.